Over the course of more than 50 years, Howard Shigeharu Mende has built an accomplished and impactful career as an engineer, with specific expertise in mechanical work, and while he has excelled in this capacity for 5 decades, retirement is not on his radar. Growing up in Hawaii, Mr. Mende was aware of his professional path from a young age. His father, a mechanic, often stressed to him how financially rewarding and stable a job as an engineer would be. With this ingrained in him, once he graduated from high school, he pursued a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the University of Hawaii, which he earned in 1969. As a value-oriented and mathematical-minded student, he reveled in his academic training and the discovery of how things in the world worked and ran, while under the guidance of many inspirational professors. He learned to conduct his evaluations and technical pursuits in a more efficient and effective manner based on a technical methodology technique. Prior to graduation, he was able to secure a job with Rockwell International, a major manufacturing company involved in aircraft, the space industry, and truck components, whose representatives visited the university in order to recruit potential employees among the students. From 1970 to 1971, Mr. Mende, a registered professional engineer in California, served as a member of Technical Staff 1 at the Anaheim branch of Rockwell International before transferring to Los Angeles, where he worked in the same position from 1971 to 1973. Throughout the early part of his career, he had the opportunity to work with people who were involved in defense projects, such as the Minuteman missile, the intercontinental ballistic missile that was in service with the Air Force Global Strike Command. Through the job, he got to be very close with Dr. George Robert Talbert, a renowned physicist who even acknowledged Mr. Mende for all their insightful discussions together in his book, Philosophy and Unified Science. He subsequently advanced to Technical Staff 2 at Rockwell between 1973 and 1977, lectured on engineering at Pacific States University from 1974 to 1975, and was active as a development engineer for Air Research Manufacturing Company in Torrance from 1977 to 1983. Mr. Mende returned to Rockwell from 1984 to 1986 as a member of Technical Staff 4 before landing at the Western Region of the Defense Contracts Management Agency, where he has remained since 1987, first as a mechanical engineer and then as an electronics engineer beginning in 1994. Priding himself on being a collaborative and result-driven worker, Mr. Mende is currently focused on monitoring contracts for the government, a majority of which are confidential and sometimes classified in nature. Looking toward the future, he hopes to continue this federal work and believes that the crowning achievement of his professional life is still ahead of him. He has long been affiliated with the American Society of Mechanical Engineers in order to stay current with developments in his industry. Mr. Mende would advise any young and aspiring professionals interested in pursuing his field to learn to work in an effective and efficient manner and to see things in a big picture way. Mr. Mende says it's integral for the job to know what is important. No matter how complicated or simple, it needs to be done correctly and in a most accurate manner.